When you're not intentional, people build perceptions. When you are being intentional, which is the core of what marketing is about, you're actually strategically positioning the identity that you want people to perceive in their mind for you.
Dear innovators, welcome to another episode of the Angels Playbook podcast. On this space, we interview people that have sense and people that have cracked the Nigerian business space so that we can absorb from their years of experience and progress faster. In today's episode, I have an amazing brand and marketing manager. So when I can sell anything, he can sell you, and you don't even know you have been sold. Hey, welcome to the studio today, Mr. Tope Sule, brand and marketing manager of CWAY Food and Beverage Nigeria Limited. So, Mr. Tope, thank you for coming sitting down on my honorable seat. My honorable seat.
The pleasure is mine.
So, we're going to the topic of the day, which is the core of branding and marketing. Let's know how you found yourself in branding and marketing.
Let me start by saying that I usually tell people that I'm a marketer by choice and not by chance. So a lot of what was on my mind was NGO. So when I was in university, I used to run an NGO, Inspiring Giants Africa Foundation. Most of my attention and passion was around growing people and growing businesses. It was something that I actually wanted to move to the next level. I now got a job as well where I used to work as a business development executive of a money lending company. And when I was there, I used to always also give some directions in terms of these are the way our design should be, these are the ways, this is when we should actually go out to get customers, because it was a startup company too. So when it's time for school fees to be paid, let's create a communication around that to say, oh, it's time for school fees. All of those ideas used to be there, and the management also recognized it. Then they made me the staff member of the strategy sessions of the board of directors. Then I was still very passionate about my non-profits, about NGOs, about growing people, yeah. So, but I was now at a point where I was thinking, how can I convert this passion into making money and earning a living for myself? One of my mentors now told myself and one of my other friends that I think you should go to Orange. That's Orange Academy.
Yeah.
When I got there, I was still, my thought process and everything was still aligned with the non-profit space. But the facilitators that came, I was always asking questions. Oh, they now explained to me about marketing, about brand management, brand experience. So even in marketing for non-profit, branding for non-profit, they used to explain all of those things. So my passions were still tilted towards that place. But they now made me also have a broader view that don't restrict it to just a particular sector.
So how can you position a brand or product in a competitive market?
Everybody is a product. Everybody is a brand. The only difference is some people are intentional about it. Some people are not intentional about it. Because it's all about perception. What's the perception that you have about this brand? I'm sure you have some friends, they don't see themselves as brands. But if I call their names, you have a perception about them. That's their brand identity. When you're not intentional, people build perceptions. When you are being intentional, which is the core of what marketing is about, you're actually strategically positioning the identity that you want people to perceive in their mind for you. There are 4 P's of marketing, which has now been extended to 6 P's or 7 P's as the case may be. But the traditional fundamental piece of marketing is 1, the product.
Yeah.
What's the product you're trying to sell? What's the identity of the product? So most people, when they say, oh, I have a brand, they are speaking of only that 1 P, which is the product. Oh, I have a brand. Oh, my logo. Those are the only things they are talking about. The product. So the product is very, 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 very fundamental. The one thing you need to understand about this P is every product should first be functional. Glass cups or the mugs here, the tea mugs you have here. I can use to drink water. I can use to drink. The functionality of this is to drink. Same goes for mobile phones. Functionality of every gadget, every mobile phone is to make calls, go to the internet and all of that. But the emotional attributes that are built around these products are what make it stand out. Second one is the price. And for pricing, there are also pricing strategies that you need to put into play. If I tell you that this one is priced at 5,000 naira, this one is priced at 1,000 naira, you already have a perception. Why is this one 5,000 naira? Then you get that's how basic it is. Pricing also plays a key role in terms of building a brand. If I say this is 5,000 naira, it is as a result of the strategic emotional attributes that you have built around it. Then placement in terms of where you want to sell. Where do you want to sell? Everybody is not your customer. So when I consult for businesses and the first thing they say is, if we ask who are your target audience and they say, I want to sell to everybody, you already know that there's a problem. If this mug goes for 5,000 naira, there are places you should expect to see it. I shouldn't see it by the roadside being sold. Maybe if I walk into a supermarket, ShopRite and all, and I see it for 5, I'm most likely buy it compared to if I see it on the roadside. You get? Then the next piece is the promotion. Promotion in terms of what are the types of ads. What are the things I do to make the consumer aware of it? What are the things I do to take the product to the market? Imagine if there's a billboard ad for a cup of 5,000 naira. Perception. But if this one, you say, no wonder it is more expensive. So the other piece that our marketers have taught to also add because of brand building is people and process. And the person attending to the customer, the touch point of your business at that point in time. The person attending to the customer's bad attitude, it kills the business. It kills conversion. And in sales, they tell you that conversion is not a successful if money has not changed hands. Do you get? People in this instance can even be your social media website, your website rather. If your business website, the UI, the interface is not friendly to the customer, you probably knock it off and say, I want to buy a cup of 5,000. They're telling me to fill one long form. And then the process. If the process of buying the mug, because it is 1,000 naira, why are you making it difficult for me? I just want to buy one cup mug to drink water. Those are the 6 P's that will help you actually position your brand uniquely. Understand how you carry your brand through these different processes. Design a customer persona for yourself. Who is my ideal customer? In marketing, we also call it the bullseye. Who is that one customer that I'm talking to that I can now replicate? That other people have similar attributes with. I want to sell this mug to people that go to work every day. There's a certain type of communication I would do to them. My pricing, there's a certain type of pricing I would do. There's a certain design that my product will have. Maybe on my mugs, at the bottom of all the mugs, at the bottom, because there's tea in mine now, so I can't, but at the bottom of it, maybe I'll write, as you don't finish them today, go harder. Somebody in the office that finished drinking his tea and he says that, it will give him that push. Do you get? But if I'm saying that at home, when I'm drinking it maybe on a Saturday, why are you telling me to work hard again? Do you get? Maybe at the bottom I put, you have deliverables. Now you're done with your tea. Go for your deliverables for today. Achieve something at work today. Those things, as little as they might seem, those little notes, they play a role in the perception. It shows that, who am I selling to? I'm selling to people that work in the office.
For a new brand, what am I going for? Market share or power in mind?
At every level of every brand, every product, understand where the product is at that point in time. If you're a new product, for instance, you don't necessarily want to go for profits. You might want to go for awareness, more awareness. Let people even first be aware of this product before they start to buy. Quickest way to kill a brand or to kill a product is launching it to a bigger audience when you're not yet sure of the real functionality of the product. So when you now go back and I have adjusted what the feedback is and you now take it to the market, there's already the perception there. So you spend more money, do a lot of reviews to show, it has changed though. So it's best to service a small market, a small segment in the market first. Get feedback to know if your product needs improvement. Let a small segment of people, let them be your brand advocates. That way you even have the opportunity to quickly go back and make some tweaks if need be, before you now go all out full scale on bigger markets.
So now let's talk about the AIDA model. So what is the relevance of AIDA model in today's market?
AIDA model is a framework as well that has stood the test of time, that businesses have used and have explored to thrive and to continue to thrive. So the AIDA model is just basically 4 steps that every brand needs to pay attention to. The awareness, the I is the interest, D is desire, and A, the last A is action. So for every product or every service here, the first thing is you want people to be aware of your product. And for every business, you need to also understand where your business is and look at what are the different things I need to do. The second level is interest. When people have seen all of those ads, all of those actions or promotions that you have done, they will now begin to have interest. When people start having interest, the regular customer, they say humans are unpredictable, but in marketing, humans are unpredictable, but you can actually predict
Yeah.
Eight of their actions. If you like it, the next action you want to do at the level of interest is you want to start to ask somebody about it or go online to check or talk to your friends. Oh, have you seen this cup? Oh, have you seen this? Oh, I saw one cup in your office. So that it did you get all of those kind of these things. You want to think about it. Then at the level of decision, the customer is about to make a decision. So say, okay, I've come to your website now. I'm interested and I've come to your website. And I want to now make a decision to buy. At that point, most likely the customer is checking for reviews. What are people saying about you online? People that I don't know. What's the feedback like? And at the final level, which is action, that's when the customer makes the purchase. You don't want to do an ad. You run a very good social media ad. Another person buys the product. So let me give you an example. I'm sure people watching will have seen this on Instagram, for instance. Because you want to buy human hair, or you see an ad of a human hair and you interact with it. Awareness is the first level of you seeing the ad. Once you have interest, is click on the page to see the different hairs that they have and all. When I see a type of hair that I like and I say, but I don't really have the money, I will just save it, keep it in the burner to see it as part of my I'll check out my card. Do you know that even that same day you start seeing other ads? True. From other vendors. That's actually an awareness effort by another business, which is a lot of businesses are running ads. You that click on it, you have interest. Yeah. That's why you clicked on it. Oh, I see what I like and I click on it. You have interest. You have not made a decision yet. At that point in time, yeah, you when you choose to save it, you are already trying to make a decision. The ads will start coming up at you. Those are the ways the algorithm work. If you see another brand that the ads come at you, that you now see an ad that you like more, you forget about that last. That's why I tell people that create 360 plans for your business across the different touch points. Sometimes consumers don't know what they want. They just feel like, oh, I want to buy hair. They don't know the specifications and all of those things. And you now go in details of showing them the specification, the type of hair that is good for their skin type and all those things. I say, so now what I want is Brazilian hair, or what do you say? Picky coils type of hair. And the next thing, that's what they are searching for. Based off the information they've seen from you, from your own page. And when they start searching, is this your own picky coils hair that I will even buy? And your pricing is now wrong, yeah? But they don't know at that point in time because closure has not happened. They don't know yet. Within 2 days that they've saved that picky coils type of hair, they start seeing other brand ads because that picky coils in marketing, we call them keywords on digital markets. They are keywords that other brands will have inserted in the setup of their ad. And they now start seeing other ads about picky coils. And then I say, so that first people that I even saw, their own is even more expensive. And before you know what's happening, conversion will happen for another brand that is being realistic with their own expectations. So those are the way it works.
So now let's talk about influencer marketing.
Yeah, so influencer marketing not start today. Yeah, you get. And I think even in Nigeria, we're yet to properly maximize that space of influencer marketing. Yes, brands are leveraging these influencers, macro influencers here. So you get. So it's not just about having the following. There was a time when you would see an influencer do a post, and you could even tell that this doesn't sit with the influencer's his own identity. And this one, maybe an influencer that is always in the gym. Yeah. And is now doing influencing for a brand that is talking about eating a lot of sugar. Yeah. So you just look at it that there's a contradiction. Maybe an influencer that is always about tech is now doing an ad for a food company. In the past, brands did not used to mind. They used to go that route. But I've seen that change now. Because you can actually measure the performance of your influencer through influencer marketing. Consumers are also changing. Consumers are also beginning to follow people that their lifestyles align with their own lifestyle. Yeah. So now what we're doing as brand custodians here is we're beginning to also engage influencers based on our products sitting in their lifestyle. When we speak of niche influencers, which is where we are heading to, they have influencers for things as little as even podcasts. Now, the niche influencers we have in Nigeria now, we have influencers on food. Yeah. We have influencers that are chefs. We have influencers on tech. We have some sports influencers, but they're not even really gaining that much traction yet. But that is where we are going.
So let's come back to communication. You said when communicating, there's the functional part of your business and the emotional thing. So when do I talk about the functional? When do I talk about the emotional? Am I talking about them separately or am I doing like a
collaboration? Yes. Every product has value propositions. If I want to sell these two items to you that are similar, what's that extra thing I need to do to try to convince you to buy. This framework in marketing, we use the STP, which is segmentation, targeting, and position. So segmentation speaks about understanding your consumer, their demography and their psychography. Demography is like age. What's the age of my target audience? Where are they staying? What's their level of income? All of those things. What's their gender, male or female? Those are the demographies. Data is very, very important. You get. So I want to also understand my customer. What's their screen time? So I can know if I should target more ads to them on screen. What time are they on the road? Those are behavioral patterns. Try to understand them psychologically. What their lifestyles are about. That is for segmentation. As to also create a customer persona. So a customer persona is a representation of who your ideal customer should be. And this contains both their demographic and psychographic features, which is the bullseye, like I said earlier. Then all of this in the STP rule, when you have done the segmentation, next thing is to also do the targeting. So targeting is, I understand the person's persona, I built a persona, I've understood his demographic and psychographic features, I've understood his lifestyle, I've understood everything about him, his age, where he's coming from. I now want to know how to. Targeting is, how am I pushing my product to him? Sometimes people make excuses for products. If you see a Coca-Cola, for instance, that is adulterated, I know it's definitely not from Coke. Because they've built that positioning in your mind that they're a global brand.
So for a new brand that wants to start talking, its communication style is growing out. So will I send out my functional attributes first, or I want to do the emotional communication?
When you want to comment, when we say functional benefits and emotional benefits here, they go hand in hand. That's the truth. So the functional benefits is this cup, for instance, you can use to drink water. The fact that it is a cup, everybody expects you to be able to
Drink water.
Well, yes, water is even primary because some mugs cannot carry extremely hot water.
Okay.
You get it can break, maybe it's not strong. You get. So for a fintech now, you're coming into a space. In marketing, there's what we call point of parity and point of difference. So the point of parity is, I'm coming into a space. What is the benchmark that everybody is already doing in this space?
Okay.
Point of parity. I need to first be on the same point of parity with all other fintech companies. First thing, the expectation, and this point of parity is based off the expectations of the consumer. So the first thing is, I should already be able to transfer money.
Okay.
If you are a fintech and I can't transfer money, say the kind of service you offer is bank transfer or banking for fintech for banking, which the customer when they hear banking, there's already a conventional thinking of banks of saying to be able to transfer money and receive money. If the first thing is to transfer and receive money, and I'm coming in as a fintech, I should already be able to transfer money. So if I want to do zero transfer, for this conversation now, if I want to do zero transfer, I need to look at it. Are there other people already doing it? If there are other people, are they making noise about it? If yes, there's no need for me to go to war with them. So when people mention the fintech space, zero accounts, let them think it's me based on all the money I've pumped in. When I call it carbonated drinks industry, there's a brand that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
You get. So all of those things. When I call the banks for youth, there's a brand that comes to your mind. It's not like other banks were not servicing the youth before, but there was one bank that came out and made more noise about it. You get. So all of those things will come into play. So if you're trying to do the functional benefit, those things are already there. Do you want to make more noise about it by looking at the emotional benefits? The emotional benefits of me having a zero account is, you don't need to have this to do. You now begin to sell your story around it. What is the benefit to the consumer? So now it's not even about what your product is doing. That's where we even say we are now. Don't talk about the functionality of your product. Talk about the benefits of that functionality to the consumer. You don't see big brands coming to say, this brand will quench your taste. You get. They will tell you the benefit that you want. Feel refreshed, God bless you. You get.
Yeah.
Tell them about the emotional benefits they will get from having zero accounts. That way, it's true. You can even open like 5.
Your advice for, we that were trying to enter inside this Nigerian crazy landscape.
Yeah. So basically, I would say, most of all I've said here, apply them to your businesses. And where I know running a business in Nigeria is not easy, and I give kudos to every business owner, every entrepreneur, because I also have people that run businesses as well. It's not easy. There's a lot of, beyond having the best product, beyond all of this, there's also the human resource part of it. So policies, so all of those things. So it's not easy, but trust me, there's a reason why some other companies are still coming into Nigeria to run businesses. That's to show you that this opportunity. Remember at the beginning I said every business is a brand. The only difference is some people are intentional, some are not intentional. I have a playbook that would also guide you and help you to be intentional about it. I have an understanding of how to run the business, which you already do. Attend seminars. Read more on building business. Read more on marketing. Do you get? So if you understand some of all of these things, it will guide you from the scratch when you're starting your business. And get consultants to work with you at small levels that can, if you can't design the playbook, can get somebody in, that one of the friend that is into marketing that can do a small playbook for you for business growth on marketing. You can have another person that will do for how to manage my staffs. You get all of those things. So those are like the win-win, because like I say, running a business is not in Nigeria is not easy, but businesses are still coming into Nigeria.
Me, I've learned a lot though, and I hope you learned a lot too. That was the end of today's episode. I hope you have questions that you were jotting down. If you were not jotting down, start this video all over again and carry your book and bio. Thank you guys. See you next week. We'll meet again. I'm not going anywhere. Thank you, Mr. Tope. If you want to reach out to him, he's Tope Sule across all social media platforms. I think you can catch him very, very fast on LinkedIn. On the street. He'll answer you fast down the street of LinkedIn. If you have any question, drop it on the comment section. I will drag him to answer you, I promise. So don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop another amazing episode. See you next week, guys. Bye.
Peace out.